in recent days, some parents have expressed concerns with the discussion of the Israel-Hamas conflict during CCE lesson, as Sujadi you mentioned. And some have asked, why is it done? Exactly your question. Some also ask, how is it done? Right? And others have asked, has it been done fairly, right, in the presentation? This is indeed a complex conflict with a long history, right, involving race, religion, politics, and geopolitics. And it goes back years, decades, if not centuries. I think you'll agree with that. And every time when this conflict is reignited, many lives are lost, and there's great suffering amongst the people on all sides. And this time, the magnitude of the lives lost and the mounting casualty count has impacted all of us even more and harder. And with new media, all of us are confronted daily with images of the suffering, especially of the people in Gaza at this point in time. Many Singaporeans are affected and feel deeply for the victims of the conflict. It pains us, including our young who feel for humanity. All of us, we hope and we pray for peace. Temporary ceasefire or the end of the military conflict, but a long-term solution, a two-state solution where Palestinians and Israelis can live in peace. Now, this is not easy, to say the least. Many have tried and failed. But what other choice is there? This is why Singapore has joined many countries in the UN to support calls for a ceasefire and humanitarian support to the victims. And we support calls for a long-term two-state solution, no matter how hard it is to achieve it. This has now become even harder than before because more views have hardened. But there are also renewed efforts by the international community, and Singapore will do whatever we can to help bring this about. So this is the background of what we are operating. Our people are impacted, not just the Malay Muslim community or the Jewish communities, as you all have mentioned. Many, including our young, asked, why is this happening? What can we do? We have also seen some people being affected emotionally. Thankfully, Singaporeans have largely shown restraint and mutual respect on this matter. Our community and religious leaders have taken the lead to guide our community and collective responses. A good example is our Mufti and Chief Rabbi, and we are thankful for leaders like them. Now, though this conflict may be geographically further away, we work very hard to not let this divide us or allow it to fragment our social fabric and hard-earned harmony. We have seen examples of people, including younger ones, getting into heated conversations. We have seen a lot of unverified information, images, and misinformation being circulated on the social media, stirring strong emotions. And we also have people telling us what we should or should not teach our children on this issue. So we have to be very careful to not let the seeds of hatred and distrust be planted in our younger generations. We must understand Singapore's vulnerabilities and interests and work hard to preserve our cohesion, mutual tolerance, and acceptance, and find ways to preserve our multiracial, multi-religious harmony. Now, as Singaporeans, we deeply appreciate our diverse backgrounds and how we came to be, but we must not let ourselves be divided because of our differences. Upon our diversity, we can build a common future with shared values, and this must be our goal, and education must contribute towards this. This is why we want to create a safe environment for our students to understand issues happening in the world around them. For the sake of our social fabric and our children's development, our character and citizen education, or what we call CCE education, aim to achieve 4 things for our children. First, to understand their own emotions and empathize with others. Second, to reflect how we can safeguard our cohesion and harmony in a multiracial society. Third, to learn to verify information sources before sharing them responsibly. And fourth, to appreciate the diversity of views and conduct conversations sensitively and respectfully. Now, having said that, I'm sure you will agree with me that this is certainly not easily done or easily achieved. Then the hard question that we ask ourselves is, should we even try for our students? Do we let them grapple with external influences on their own? Should we risk letting them be misguided by biased sources on social media? This is why at MOE, we discussed at length, since the outbreak of the latest round of conflict last October, how to guide our students and what materials to curate for them to help them understand the issue in age-appropriate ways. So we curated the materials with the help of other agencies like MFA. Our first tranche of materials was updated till December 2023, and we'll continue to update these materials as events unfold. This is the nature of CCE education. We also discuss it with the professional educators, the principals, the CCE teachers on how to do this for students at different levels. Now, both myself and Dr. Maliki have had sessions with educators to carefully discuss how to do this. School leaders in turn help to prepare and select teachers to teach the material and facilitate the discussions. Now, all of us as teachers, principals, acknowledge the challenges and risks involved. And I must credit our educators for the conviction and courage to want to do this and do this well, despite the challenges for the sake of our country and our people, to help our children understand the complex issues happening around the world today, including other issues like the Russian-Ukraine war. And we also recognize that it is hard to do this consistently across the entire school system. Hence, MOE works closely with schools to develop their capabilities according to their needs, as Nasri asked just now. So for CCE lessons, MOE provides differentiated materials for different levels according to their needs. Then teachers are given additional resources for background information where necessary. Now, just to put this in context and give an example. So for example, for the younger students, having understood that a conflict has happened, their focus is on how to deal with their own emotions and how they can empathize with the feelings of others, including those who may not share their same views. Now, to be clear, our CCE lesson is not intended to be a history lesson. Neither is it an exercise to apportion blame on one party or another. As another example, for older students, in addition to what the younger students go through, we encourage them to verify the information they receive, read from diverse sources, appreciate the diversity of views respectfully before coming to their own conclusions. Some may have seen only parts of the material and came to the wrong conclusion, that the CCE lesson is meant to cast one side as good or the other side as evil. But that is actually, or precisely, what we are trying to avoid. The purpose of education is not to spread hatred or anger. It is to inculcate knowledge, understanding, and empathy for all human beings, regardless of race or creed. And for all students, we hope the conversations will help them to focus their energies on constructive and respectful dialogues. And most importantly, to give them a sense of agency that they can take positive actions like contributing to humanitarian aid. At this point in time, I would like to really thank our principals and teachers for carrying out their duties professionally. They too have personal feelings and convictions about the issues, but they do not impose their personal views on our students. As professionals, they are committed to guide our children to the best of their abilities to understand the importance of upholding our social harmony, verifying information as a life skill, and appreciating the diverse perspectives respectfully. I understand the concerns that parents have on this matter. Like all of you, we are also parents. Together with MOE, we want the best for our students and children. And we'll continue to update the CCE lesson material based on new developments and information. And to Nasri's point, we'll also continue to evolve our teaching methods, taking in feedback from stakeholders. So I would encourage everyone to join us in giving our principals and teachers their trust and support. Work with our teachers as partners in education and give our teachers the assurance that we have confidence in their professionalism. And when our students see this positive relationship, then it will help us to nurture our students well and help them to thrive in the future.